All right, folks, back again, and a lot of people are saying, well, you're giving these trolls too much attention. You're spending way too much time and energy on them. Well, I think I can resolve the matter with this video and explain why they're after me and why I'm having to defend myself. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, as I said in my opening statements, while my wife is reeling from a pain in one of her teeth, I think I can explain why the obsession that these trolls here on YouTube have with me, and trolls elsewhere as well, possibly. But certainly the trolls here on YouTube, I think I've pretty much narrowed it down as to why they are obsessing about me, why they're so keenly interested in my personal life. And I have recently got into a discussion with them. Now, what you may not know, folks, is that the trolls have stepped up the game plan. They're now wanting to take food from my child. All right, now this here is a bottle of Similac. It is a special type of formula that you give infants. All right, some of you women out there are probably nodding your head saying, yeah, I know what that is. Okay, well now you'll notice though that this is a special type of Similac. It's called NeoSure Expert Care. Okay, this is for premature children, which is what my child was. Now, as far as I know right now, the only way to get this is through the government. Now, there is NeoSure on the shelves of most grocery stores, but this NeoSure Expert Care, see, is a special type of Similac. It's a special type, and you can't get it other than going through the government. Now, what these sick fucking trolls want to do is they want to deprive my infant child of this special formula. They are wanting to contact the welfare office and the government and try to literally take food out of my baby's mouth. Okay, and so unfortunately I have to respond to something like that. And so I have contacted certain government agencies about their situation. I've informed them of what's going on, and they are well aware of what's going on. But also, too, I think I might be able to address why the obsession, why they're so obsessed with me. And I asked them in the comment section of one of Monograph's videos, I asked them point blank, I said, come on, you're homosexual, right? And, that's what this is all about. And absolute silence. They would not answer me. For several posts, they refused to answer that question. And then finally I asked them again, and then one of them made a comment, well, you're just being homophobic. And I said, no, I'm not being homophobic. I'm asking a legitimate question. Are you a homosexual? And finally, one of the trolls actually came out and finally admitted that they were, and that was the whole reason behind all this personal attacks on me and the obsession with me and why they're making videos about me, yada, yada, yada. So let's take a look at that text real quick. Okay, now as you can see in the text, you clearly see where I called them out openly and they finally got around to responding. So now you can see clearly for yourself that this is indeed the situation. Okay, now, so what I've done is, since they're obviously having trouble with their lifestyle, shall we say, and I am clearly not a homosexual, and nor do I claim to know anything about the homosexual lifestyle, I went to the professional. I went to m4m.com, and I have emailed these good people and said, hey, I have these people who are obsessing about me on YouTube, and maybe they need your services. So they have assured me that they will be able to more than adequately help them in their time of need, shall we say. And but yeah, I like I said, I know nothing about the lifestyle, don't claim to know anything about the lifestyle. But I am not homophobic. I am not. I do not hate homosexuals. I do not care for the lifestyle, and I do not believe that the lifestyle is natural or logical. But I don't hate homosexuals. Never have hated homosexuals. I just don't agree with what they believe in. That's all. Like I said, folks, in a previous video, the ideology. Go after the ideology, but don't go after the person. So anyway, I have contacted m4m.com. I feel confident that they will help these trolls get the help that they need, if you will. So Bubba Effect and Captain Troll and possibly Annie White, although I do notice that Annie White did go after Maca Electric, so that's one guy she will. But if you'll notice, Annie White, oh no, take that back. She went after two guys. She went after Killikami for Mommy, and she went after Maca Electric. But if you'll notice, all the rest of the people that Annie White has attacked have all been women. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? Now, I did not take the liberty of going to a lesbian website for Annie, but since that's just one person, I figure she can do that for herself. But for the numerous guys out there that are obsessing about me and making videos about me and speaking out in the open about my personal life, and see, another thing too, let me mention this real quick. You'll notice that they always bring up sex all the time. Have you noticed that? You know, I have to assume that's the deal. You know, I mean, what other conclusion can I draw? I mean, you know. And you know, this would also explain, guys, why they're attacking my wife, why they hate my wife, and while they'll get on her Facebook and make comments about her Facebook and whatnot. And so yeah, see, it all makes perfectly logical sense when you actually sit down and analyze it. So Maynard Sat, Secular Opinion, Kenny KPZ, George Bush Pimps, Polly's Customs, Bubba Effect, Captain Troll, all the other trolls of Bubba Effect, Annie White, all these cats, they're homosexual. They're homosexual, and I you know, that's become abundantly clear to me. And see, this is why they're so obsessing on me, and why they're so interested in my personal life. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not a homosexual. I'm straight. Okay, I'm straight as an arrow. But I'm sure m4m.com will be able to help you with all your needs, shall we say. And but I wanted to let you all know that I believe that I have found the solution to why all of these trolls are obsessing about my personal life and constantly bring up my personal life in the comment section of various videos across YouTube, and why they're making all these trolling videos and whatnot. You know, I have contacted the appropriate people that can handle your problem, shall we say. But anyway, I thought y'all would like to know that I believe I've handled the situation. I believe I've solved their problem. I cannot help them. I am straight. To which my wife will attest. So, you know, so obviously I'm not qualified to handle their situation. So I turned it over to m4m.com, gave them links to all of their YouTube pages, and, you know, they have assured me that they will see to their needs, shall we say. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got, and you'll have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. See ya.